against Michigan State. I will be solo casting today, but that's okay. Just bear with me. It's a lot for one guy to do. So we're just gonna take a look at the standings here. As you can see from the last season slash last semester, Michigan State went 6-2. That is that's a fat bit of rounds. I have to say they only lost two, and I have to say they lost to Ohio, and it looks like they lost to Boise. Um, so Michigan State is in the running here for a great run in Vegas. You can see we're kind of lower in the pack here. But after some of the matches this season, we kind of bumped Syracuse out and we've kind of moved up a little bit. We'll see how we do in Vegas, but also our matchup for Michigan State. Here are the kind of things that we're going to be looking at, kind of what to expect going into this match here. We're kind of looking to take anything we can get. Michigan State is a formidable opponent. They're the defending 2025 PEC champs. So when we went to Vegas last and had that big LAN tournament, Michigan State came out on top. So these are the big guys. So we can't underestimate them whatsoever. I can't promise that we'll get, more than a few rounds on them. But last semester we went against them and we took MSU to overtime in the first map. We unfortunately lost, but the fact that we were able to have that push and pull fighting to win that map was impressive in its own right. Unfortunately, not the same roster this semester, so we'll have to see how our new team goes up against this roster. So yeah, we have 3 new players. 2 of them are familiar faces from JV, Macrora and Goggles, and we also have 6shot, entirely new face, never seen before in KU. But he's, an impressive shooter, and I'm excited to see what he does. So as we wait to get into lobby, we'll just go to a quick little break, but I'll see you right back. Don't change that browser. And we are locking in, you guys, and we've got Crispy playing today. An interesting change of plans, you guys. I was not expecting that one. So little surprise there. We got Crispy playing today. I'm happy to see him back. Um, I don't remember what the lineup was, but I believe it was War, Macrora, Goggles, Crispy, and Bullseye. So we won't be seeing the mysterious new player that I was telling y'all about, who has never been on a KU roster before. But yeah, we get to see Crispy, one of our initiator players. But our players like to flex around and play other roles, which I like. We've seen Macrora on the Phoenix, once in a blue moon, which was an interesting match to watch. But Goggles is kind of our mid-rounder IGL. And she likes to play some Astra, some Sova. So those are two different, roles. But yeah, we're gonna wait for the map to get all situated, and we'll be right back. All right, everyone, and we are back. And as I said before, I was right. It's Bullseye, and we're gonna see Imological, also known as Illogical. If you're new to the stream, we got Heron, Slouch, Learner, and Kiri. All familiar faces, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, we're seeing a Wele hover from Bullseye, something I'm not quite familiar with. I'm not familiar with his game there. We usually see him on a jet, but I don't mind. Don't mind at all. Crispy here, opting for the Yoru. We usually see him on some kind of, initiator or smokes. But his brother, very privy to the Yoru, who left the team last semester. But maybe it's in their blood. Maybe there's something in the Mochila blood just like makes him good at Yoru. So we're gonna wait to lock in here. We're hovering this. We're gonna lock in. Okay. Yeah, that's map. Let's get ready. We're on the defense. I think that the Haven defense for KU is the strongest. Which I did say, this last weekend when we competed in Border Clash, knock on wood. Didn't quite win that map, but I think we put up a pretty good fight. I'm curious to see how we fare against, another worthy enemy. All right, we're gonna get started here. We're seeing maybe a mid push to C here. They're playing, they're contacting up. We don't have anyone in garage, but we do have an alarm bot. So let's see if this alarm bot will catch anything. I mean, okay, so we got the alarm bot. They know they're coming. Smokes are coming out. This is a quick flood from MSU here. And we're going to opt to give that site. I like that. I would rather not give them an early pick early on, especially on pistol round. Just play for that. Oh, a fat headshot to Bullseye, but War's going to trade him out. So an even trade on both sides, 4v4 here. Interesting post-plan situation. They're not opting to play default. Illogical getting one on to Crispy here. And War's going to not be able to clear that back side, but it's going to be traded out. But Illogical is going to get two there, bringing it to a 3K. And that's the first round to MSU. I do want to apologize for the audio. We're going to get that fixed. But until then, stand by. Another quick kind of push here from MSU, taking early space there. War here, holding down the fort pretty well. Not much you can do with a deagle. Oh, but that's all you need. A headshot for War. Gonna give that space up afterwards, though. I like that we're not playing too confidently here, but that's a beautiful first pick from War to set KU up for this round. I have to say, they're still looking to contact up here, but they're not automatically flooding. And I love the way that KU here is filling and taking some space, but not over rotating whatsoever. So I'm curious to see. All right, we hear them. They're running on now. Gonna have a molly. Nice shot by War onto that molly. It's gonna be a quick plant for MSU, and now the rotations are coming out. We got a flank coming in, 2 on flank. That Omen there is gonna have to hold down that. Slouch is going to get one on the bullseye with a Vandal. Macroar, Deagle in hand. Slouch getting another. Not able to trade anything. Macroar falls. Crispy falling to Heron, and it's War all alone with that Deagle once more. Gets another onto Heron, but there's 3 more. One dangerously low. Can War clutch this round? I don't know. And it's going to be 4 for Slouch to win them the second round. All right, everyone, and we are back. We did miss that round because of technical difficulties. Unfortunately, we're unable to get game audio at this time. So we're gonna have to deal with that for today. Um, we got a round up on them. That's good. We're back. We've got an interesting buy coming out here, but they're continuing to push up to C once more. War here, holding it down as he does. We've seen him do this successfully in the past, and they're going to opt to run away. A good move on MSU's part there. Don't want to run into the KJ Sentinel. It's kind of her entire job there. So, we're going to see maybe a contact through B to A. We got some action to A, a drone. So we know they're not quite hitting C quite yet, but they're going to go run back to C now. And War here staying patient. It might get caught out with a knife. Oh, Goggles there covers him and gets a kill onto Kiri. And it's a quick push onto site. Plant just not coming down, though. A lot of time for KU to react and right, let's see. Got a high-low situation. Illogical getting 3. Heron getting 1 onto War, and it's Crispy all alone. Late to sight here. 1v4 situation, and I'm sure they know where this guy is by now. Lerner's got the eyes on him. Can Crispy do something here? Let's see. Oh, nice shots from Crispy there. Still full health. Let's see. A nice little flash here. And another smoke going to come out. A lot of delay. So much util to prevent Kansas from pushing here. And Heron's going to go around to the side here and wrap. And that's going to be another for Heron to finish out the round. Definitely a hard round for KU there. But it's also important to note that MSU is doing a lot of adjusting. And there's a lot of mind games. As patient as KU has been, MSU has also been, very calculating. So it's hard to tell, are they going to go A? Are they going C? Because they showed C and then they showed A and then went back to C. So very hard adjustments for KU to make here, but I think that they can do it. They've done it before, got a round on them. A lot of util being used on the A side, so that's going to be a lot of people. Going to see if we can get anything. That stun going to come out onto Bullseye. And that's another site for MSU. Kind of a quick plant once more. See if KU can adjust to this and flood onto the site a little better than we had before. I have to say I do like their retake, but Sova ult going to be invested by the attackers. Let's see. Got a little clearing to do. See one in Cubby. Gotta check Hell, though. There's 2 on both sides. Slouch getting 1, Lerner getting another. Bullseye gonna trade 1 out, but Slouch with another. Illogical getting 1 to Bullseye. And Crispy gonna be able to get a trade. It's a 1v3, though, and not getting fair trades, and that's a crossfire you don't want to go into. Crispy gonna have flash, but just not gonna be able to capitalize. That's definitely a hard one for Crispy to do anything there, but definitely a worthy try nonetheless. Hey, guys. Unfortunately, we're working to get the audio fixed. I'm in the dark. But let's just say those are some good rounds from MSU, but I think that we can come back from it. And I disappeared now. I'm actually in the dark. It was interesting to see what was going on for KU. They're having to do a lot of retake. So, I mean, if the defense doesn't work, then you have to work on your offense here. We're basically playing attacker. By the time that MSU gets that plant down, then we're trying to retake that site and attack that site as if we are the attackers. So we have 2 options here. One of them is to stack more and play less in the mid B area. Or inversely, we all just, gamble and play off sites and do our best to push onto that as a team. And be a little bit more coordinated. Whatever happens, I'm seeing. Wow, that's a 4K for Illogical off screen. I will say, Illogical is, I'm pretty sure, one of the last players from the roster that won PEC last year. So they are operating off of a newer roster, similar to us. So I mean, we kind of have the same growing pains, I would say, but a logical being able to Hello everyone, and we're back, and we have sound now, which is great. Less great is the 10 rounds that MSU has on us right now, but we did get another 3, so that's something. We're currently on the attacking side now, so we're the red. But yeah, I mean, it feels good to at least get some rounds on these guys. They are the defending champions from last year, so this is gonna be a tough nut to crack for sure. But I'm excited to see Lerner getting a quick one on Bullseye, a nice little pick. We're gonna see this push come in here. Goggle's gonna get a trade, but Illogical gonna trade them out here. It's a 3v4 situation, not too dire quite yet. We'll see if Slouch is able to catch out Ward's lurk here in the B main area. Got
Cover going out.
a util going out. Maybe we can see some info from that smoke coming out. All right, Macrora falling to Illogical. Ward getting that trade. Slouch trading out Illogical. It's a 1v3 situation for Crispy, but I have to say Thanos, aka Illogical, is off the board. Maybe something can happen here. We shall see. He does have Spike, but Kiri here does have that util to catch him out. That bot has notified Kiri that this is where Crispy is. This is where he's lurking around. So a little bit tricky for Crispy now because they know where he is. It's going to be a little bit harder, but maybe he can catch this lurk here. Oh, they catch him out. They see him, and that's going to be a quick TP. No time for plant. Nice pick. Can Crispy get this plant down? No. Heron's going to get that pick onto Crispy, and that's going to be another round to MSU. I mean, that was a good round. We had some decent trades. It would have been nice to respond to those multi-kills a little bit better than we did. But at the end of the day, we got some guns out of their hands, which is money out of their pockets, as one would say. They do have a significant amount of money, but we have bought here, and we're very close to match points. So I'm excited to see if KU can make something happen, or if it'll have to be, you know, next GG to go next kind of angle. Some early info. We hear that dart. We know that there is at least Sova on A. And we know that, you know, KJ likes to play in this C area. And he's got a lot of util to hold that site down. Wouldn't be my favorite one to push, but also you don't want to push into the crosshair of Illogical quite either. A nice smoke gonna come out. Crispy getting spotted. Gonna have to back up, give some space. And War in the space once more, lurking. I like this from him. This is where I love to see him. That bot's gonna see him though. Illogical patiently waiting in that backside area. And Heron rotating over. Lots of sound coming out. McRory getting a nice pick onto Kiri. That's the Senti down. That gives us a lot of agency to push onto the site, but Illogical gonna get one on the Bullseye, and another on site waiting for us on C. We hear him slouch, gets one on a Crispy, and it's a 2v4 situation. It's gonna be rough. Illogical still alive as well. Crazy duelist, and we're maybe gonna get one on this slouch nicely, but Illogical sliding in, getting that trade, and Goggles getting one, but learning with the op, finishing out the round. And that is match point, ladies and gentlemen.
Match point.
I mean, I'm seeing some good things from KU. We got a nice pick from onto the Sentinel. That's exactly what you want to do. But I think we played a little bit slower, and unfortunately, because we played so slow, they were able to rotate relatively quickly, and we weren't able to respond to that.
I will be their nightmare.
We've gotten a lot of value lurking in B and getting picks through this mid area. I'm curious to see what would happen if we full pushed A, but we're gonna try and eliminate someone with that Hunter's Fury. Kiri gonna shut back Roar down, and Crispy gonna trade that out. Bullseye on top, getting one onto Illogical. A nice 2 picks. Lance gonna come down onto that B site. Goggles, another on Heron. This is looking very nice for KU. I'm liking what I'm seeing from them. A 2v4 situation for MSU. Slouch gonna get one on the bullseye. Slowly devolving 3v2. Another for Learner. And it is quickly a 2v2 for MSU. Bringing the numbers to an equalizer. And I mean, at this point, we just play off-site. Play, you know, the standard off-site. Play from main. But that's gonna let them know there's one here. They haven't tapped quite yet. One tap, we're spamming out. I don't think they have time for this. They're gonna have to do something. And the bomb is gonna go off here. Maybe we can get another, but no. But the bomb, I think, is, yeah, gonna finish everybody off. And that is guns in the hands of everybody. A nice round for KU there. Exactly what we needed. Maybe we can switch up the momentum here and get another few rounds under our belt. And I said we kind of are taking whatever we can get. So I would at least like to see another 5. If we can get 5 rounds, we can get 5 more is what I like to say. So let's see. And I mean, Mac4 getting picked out early there was rough, but I liked to see the Hunter's Fury invested there, trying to get a pick from that information that we had. And we're kind of seeing the standard setups from MSU. They're not really changing things up. So maybe KU can figure out this pattern and learn to adjust. Bullseye dashing onto Psych. Gonna get shut down by Slouch. And Crispy in backside TP'd, gets shut down by Kiri. It's slowly devolving. The rotations are coming in, and McRoar gets one before falling. And then Kiri getting that trade, and it is a 1v4 situation once more. And that's going to be map 1 to MSU. I will again, you know, apologize for the tech issues. I figured it would be important for you guys to be able to hear the game as well as see it. So we did take some time to fix that for y'all. And we did miss some rounds, but I have to say that what we did see was great from KU. But unfortunately, you know, MSU has, you know, some prowess. Some really great aim, some great gunfights. You know, the ability to get multi-kills can change fights. You know, there are different ways to play Valorant, and for some people that is just, you know, shooting your gun and getting those head taps. For others, you know, you chop up the site and you make the fights a little bit more advantageous by, you know, throwing util, using smokes. But MSU is really great at, you know, playing both. A logical being able to get those multi-kills, you know, just whittling down. KU's team really proved to be an effective strategy. So moving into this next map, I want to see how KU adjusts to this. But, you know, I like to say new map, new me. We can brush it off. It is a best of 3. This is only one map out of that 3. So if we can bring ourselves to an equalizer this next map, we may have a shot at contesting MSU full taking this match. But until then, guys, don't go anywhere. We still have more Valorant to play. Don't go anywhere. All right, everyone, and we are back. Welcome back, every pony. We've got Goggles Hovering Chamber. That's a new one. I'm not familiar with her game on that one. But, my team continues to surprise me every single day. So, we saw Macrora on that chamber last map, or last game that we played. And now in this series, we're going to see Goggles on it instead. We're seeing War opt for Viper instead of that Cypher that we like to see sometimes. And that's okay. He plays both pretty well, and we're seeing Crispy on his normal pick here, Omen, which I like to see. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see. We have one initiator, which is Sky, and we don't have that Yoru, but instead, Lemur is gonna be opting to play that Yoru this time. So they're gonna have a lot of agency to run across the map here. We're on defense once more. So we shall see how they push the sites this time. They have a lot of agency here to push onto sites and flood in pretty quick with Yoru and the Waylay dashes, as well as Omen flashes, Yoru flashes, and of course Viper to cut up the map and make fights more advantageous for them.
Out of charges.
So I'm expecting to see a lot of mid presence and a lot of floods on the site here from MSU. From the side of KU for defense, I'm excited to see the Viper. I'm excited to see some great lurks from War, and I'm interested to see Goggles on this chamber. I'm not quite familiar with seeing from her, but I would never doubt. Nice little snap there to get her out of harm's way, not going to take any damage. That's a quick flood on the site, as I said, with MSU. Nice pick. Logical just getting kind of aim dipped there. Kiri getting a pick onto War in that mid space. And we're going to have to slow things down here as KU. Wait for our friends to come. Bullseye getting a nice pick on Kiri with that classic jumping up to avoid some damage. But Lemur with 2. Crispy went on to Hayren. And that's a 1v2 situation with Crispy and Slouch. Going to pop kill Crispy for that first round to MSU. I have to say some nice things. You never know what happens in pistol rounds. I feel like the pistol round is kind of the wild, wild west. You can't really judge pretty much anything about the map that is to come just from pistol round. So, okay. The nice thing about pistol round is it does set you up economically. It's kind of important to win those rounds just because then you have guns for the next. And it leaves KU a little bit on the poor side. We're not able to buy, so our guns don't do as much damage and aren't as nice. But perhaps we can make something happen nonetheless. Oh, wow. That's a lot of util, and Goggles going to have to quickly run out of that one. Kiri getting a pick on a War once more, and a running, shooting Hayren is going to get to an logical, again with the multi-kills. Quick round for MSU there, and I'm going to say that's just because they had better guns than us. And as I say, we complain about having better guns than us. War is going to buy the most expensive gun in the game, which is the Odin. So, we were feeling poor last round. Now we're going to buy a Lamborghini for ourselves just to feel a little bit better about ourselves. But no, we did buy that, and now he has 0 credits for the next round. So if we lose this round, War is going to be in a deficit. I think it might get repoed. I see that wall come up. Fury cutting up that space so that they can quickly inch by. Lemur there with the, I believe it's a Marshall. Scary warning shot. For KU. But they're not committing to this site quite yet. They've got a lot of people all across the map here. They can still do whatever they want. A lot of people pushed up mid here, and they're in. Oh, wow. Lemur gets one onto War. And they're in this top space here. Bullseye going to see a lot of action questions. Wow, full flash gets one. Goggles with another. And Kiri going to trade one out. But Macrora gets one. Going to get another before falling. Kiri gets that trade. It's a 2v2 situation. That TP was just seen by Crispy. Unfortunate Valorant timing for MSU. Kiri going to get that plant down. But it's a 1v2 situation. And I like these odds for KU. I believe we can do it. Let's see. Let's try and play together, swing together. Maybe we can get this, and that is a round for KU. Beautiful work from KU. Some fun interplay there. I liked the way that we played with that flash, and I'm pretty sure that flash is basically what won us that round there. I don't know if y'all saw, but they were all fully flashed there, and they really set up the team to be able to rotate and get some kills at the same time simultaneously, which was really great to see. So into this next round, we're feeling great. War, did fall, lost that Odin, but it's okay. We learned from our mistakes. And he has enough money to at least buy a new gun because we won that round. And I'm just saying, if we lost that round, it would have been detrimental. It would have been sad. So, going into this next round, we got a round up on them. So, bring it even, shall we? We're seeing them playing this mid area. I have to say, this was pretty predictable. War's going to see a lot of action. They're either going to go mid or they're just going to fully flood side. They can have the agency to do both. Not having a gun that can, really spray around. Slash getting a pick on a Crispy. Goggles, getting that trade. And they're going to quickly flood into this mid to B area. But it looks like they're going to slow down. They don't want to overcommit quite yet. A nice stun from Illogical. Going to get one onto War. But, McLaurin able to get one with the Bulldog before getting shut down by Illogical with a classic. Nonetheless. So, 2v3. Plant is not down. They've not committed to a site yet, but it looks like they're going to be running A, and we're still chilling B for some reason. So, we're going to have to get a move on, my friends. And Bullseye here with a full backpack of util. Got a lot of agency to do things, throw things, make some room for our teammates. But we also have to clear every single little corner that exists. So we're going to make some noise. They know we're at least there now. And I like it when my team plays together, personally. But if one thing goes wrong, everything will go wrong. Goggles with the Vandal here. Nice gun to have. Let's see. Oh, interesting satchel from Bullseye. Not going to get him where he wants to be. Heron shutting down that push. And that is a crossfire from MSU to shut down any kind of push that Goggles wanted to do. And the third round goes to MSU. And guys, I'm still feeling hopeful. We might be a little bit poor if we could press tab here. We don't got a lot of money on pockets, so it's going to be a save round for us if we know what's good for us. And this is the kind of round where we're not really playing to win the round per se, but we're trying to get as many kills and guns out of their hands as possible. Oh, and that's just right into the crosshair of Macrora. A beautiful flash. Bullseye getting one onto Lemur. Illogical flashing in, but getting shut down by Crispy. And Macrora jumping up. Not something you want to do when you're concussed or hindered by Waylay. But Heron getting a trade, and that is a jump up from Heron getting shut down by Macrora. And it is a 1v4 situation quickly devolving for MSU. And that's a beautiful, beautiful work from KU. A round I thought that, we don't want to win it. There's no way we win this. We just want to kill them. But look, we killed them. And it looks like, the odds are in our favor now. And we have Spike. Spike is in our hands, kind of. We have eyes on it. We know where it is. Let's see. Can Curie make something out of nothing? And even though they get that kill, Crispy gonna shut it down. Beautiful counter hold from KU. Beautiful, beautiful work. I like that. I like to see my team winning. And just like that, boom, guys. We got more guns in our hands. And Crispy looking pretty rich. So, economically, I would say we're like middle class right now. But if you pay attention to MSU's economy as well, they're kind of forcing here. Some of their players are really forcing to have guns for this round. So they got to win this round as MSU if they don't want to be poor for the next. But, I'm praying on their downfall. I don't care if they're poor. Wait, that's not nice. Don't clip that.
Poison's off. Take them out.
All right, we see a lot of people there. A beautiful flash once more from McRoar, but gonna get shut down by Illogical, and we're just gonna stare them right in their eyes with party time. Okay, we know they're there. I don't know where Kiri's looking, but Goggle's gonna get a nice kill and give the space up. I like that. We're not gonna overheat. Bullseye said, I didn't know how you could shoot on rope. Good to know. I thought he was just staring at them to, I don't know, ore farm or something. Sometimes it's better just like not to ask. Because in a 3v3 situation, we're going to have Fade ult come out, and only one is going to be marked. War here in a state of fear. Lemur getting a pick onto Goggles. And we have a very beautiful post-play situation for MSU. It's going to be a tough nut to crack. But if anything, War is going to be the one to do it. But as I say that, Lemur gets that kill on the War, and Crispy all alone in a 1v3 situation. Can he get another nice one pick? Maybe another? Oh, not quite. I just want one more. I want one more kill before the bomb goes off. But yeah, I mean, there were some good things there. 2 ults invested from KU there. The Sky ult as well as the Raze ult. Unfortunately, we weren't able to secure the round using them. But it was okay. It wasn't bad. It's exactly what, you know, MSU wanted there. They wanted to win that round because they were really forcing that. So, going to this next round, we have a broken buy coming in with different guns, but that's okay.
Who's next?
KU has proven to be kind of nasty just with pistols nowadays, and we're opting for a quick flood through mid here. We're just going on and going into their spawn, perhaps. But they're going to also just be flooding onto site at the same time, so we kind of just missed each other. Just passed each other on the road, one would say. And it's a, you know, 5v4 situation. You know, the numbers are looking good for KU. Who knows? They've got a post-playing situation. They're all set up, so things are going to be... Oh, and that's the Waylay ult coming out here. Gonna get one. McRoar killing one. Bullseye gonna get that trade. Lemur killing War. And Hayren getting one. And Lemur with the last kill onto McRoar, finishing out the round. I have to say, it was a nice ult from Illogical. I was kind of scared, but I was glad to see that he wasn't quite capitalizing on it as I was scared that he was going to. It could have been a lot worse. The damage could have been done a lot worse, but okay. We're going to this round full forcing. Got $0 in McRoar's pocket, and we want this round more than anything. I could ask for one thing for Christmas, it would be this round. We'll see. This looks like pretty much a commit. Maybe Slouch's gonna go check out the mid, make sure there's no full flanks. But oh, we see one. Gonna be a quick flash, but alternate initiator Yuto coming out. Herring gonna get one. Trade come out for Bullseye, but Lemur getting that trade on the Bullseye, and it's a 3v4 situation. We didn't win that trade, unfortunately, but just be rotating. Can we make something? Can we get out of the mud, so to speak? Once again, they have this post-plant situation all set up. Goggles falling to Slouch. 2v4. But I mean, it looks low. It's looking low. But I mean, there's just people everywhere. Illogical gonna fall. War gonna drop down. Can he get another? Oh, Slouch gonna get one on the War, and Slouch getting a third on to Crispy. I had to say, you know, I was hyping up Illogical, saying, oh, that guy's a shooter. I have to say, Slouch in his own right has been doing some work. I don't really glaze the duelists for getting kills, because that's kind of your entire job. No hate, no flame. Lemur has been doing an impressive job. And Bullseye as well. Down the line, I'd like to see War frag out a little bit more, but unfortunately, I acknowledge he's been seeing a lot of action in the mid space. Let's see, this initiator Ryuto really proving to be the one on the side of McRoar. McRoar getting that pick onto Illogical, Lemur gonna trade them out, and Bullseye falling to Heron with no trade, unfortunately. So it will be another 3v4 situation for KU going into this post-plant situation. And Kiri coming in a little bit later. Maybe Crispy can catch this, but no. Nay, I say, we know they're there. We saw that gun, surely. Go for the flash. A nice interplay there. Flash, you swing. Beautiful work as a team. Goggles here, just watching this catwalk area. Slouch getting one on the war, and Lemur getting one on Crispy. Oh, a nice pick for Goggles, but another for Lemur to finish out the round for MSU. Bringing us to the 7th round for MSU. Looking at the buys here, I mean, we're just bleeding money at this point. We don't have facilities for quite anything anymore. But, you know, let's see. Crispy has the U2 here to delay, but I'm not sure we can delay all 5 in his face at once. Maybe this smoke will be enough.
Who's next?
Bullseye getting one of the logical, getting traded out by Heron. Crispy. Bullseye also falling to Lemur. McRoy getting caught out there. I mean, that's just the initiator util on full blast. Fade doing so much work, getting that info for the team. There's no hiding from MSU. Kiri getting one to Goggles and another on to War to finish out the round. That's an 8th round for MSU.
Very good and never.
And I think it's so fitting that Michigan State's mascot is a Spartan. You know, Spartans are very ruthless army killers. Very infamous for just getting down dirty, getting bloody. So it's no surprise that they're a very intimidating opponent to face in the PEC, I guess. We're going to hear a TP from Slouch, and we're going to invest this ult early, but he's just going to leave. Heron getting a pick on War in that mid space, I believe. And we're just going to throw that party time away. Oh, not going to get any value, and we're going to hear some dashes behind us. And, I mean, Goggles going to be seen. Gets one on the Kiri, though, before falling to Heron.
Planted.
Crispy's been holding on to this ult for quite a while. I'm not sure when this will be worth investing, but another post plant a little bit closer. That Sky was going to give us the info we need. That Hinder going to come out though. Oh, Bullseye getting one onto Illogical, and they're going to have to pull back here. It is quickly becoming a 2v3 situation for MSU. McWar getting killed, getting traded up by Heron, and Crispy here going to wrap around. Bullseye playing will they, won't they? And that's going to be another pick for Bullseye. It is a 1v1 now. It is a clutch situation for Bullseye. And yep, that's a one-way smoke. You can see the toes, you can kill them. Yep. And I mean, that's some good post play for Michigan State. I can't even be upset about that. Their post play is as solid as their attack. And that's exactly what you want to see from a team. And I believe this is our last round before the swap, as it says on the screen. Thank you. Awesome. So this is the last round, our last hurrah before we swap sides, and it's a pistol round once more. We hear them. A lot of sound cues. Things are scary. Also going to go recall back though.
Welcome to my world.
And that's going to be an ult invested by MSU, so this really is just not a round that will be easy at all to make something happen with that Viper's Pit coming out. Illogical getting one. Crispy getting two, though. That's a multi-kill. And they're just springing this Viper's Pit trying to make something. Oh, the drop down. Haring gonna get that on the bullseye, though. War with the judge getting two. And that's Viper down, Pit down. And it's a 1v2 situation for MSU. That flash is crazy, though. Lemur 1 HP. Can we get this defused? What do we think, guys? Yeah, it wasn't even close.
Didn't actually think that would work.
Switching sides.
All right, y'all. I like to say new half, new me. Economy reset. Everyone is back to square one. All we have to do is get, 6 more rounds and we're even. I think that's doable. If we can get 3, we can get 3 more. And if we can get 3 more, we can get 3 more. Something like that. And we're going to see a investment from War with the Deagle. But some others are going to opt to just, buy the Classic and half shield. I think it says a lot about a player on what their pistol buy is. A lot of people on the site, though. Will KU decide to pull back and go to another site, or are they going to force this into 3 people holding down this site? I don't know, y'all. It's going to be a dangerous push. Illogical going to get one, trade it out here, and getting bullseye, and Crispy going to get that trade. It's a 3v3 situation, and Lemur is running to rotate. Like we're getting that plant down. Goggle is going to fall to Kiri, and it is a 2v3 post plant. It's going to be tough, but it can be done. And if anything, a pistol round is exactly the time to do it. Crispy going to get flashed, but I don't think they can see him through that smoke. With the spams are just enough to get that kill, and Macro unable to get anything before falling to Lemur. And I mean, Lemur's already got a lot of kills on the board, so that's a lot of money in his pocket going into the next round.
They think they know pain.
And guys, that's okay. Losing pistol round is one of those nice shiny things, but it doesn't mean that the game is lost. I prefer it. I like to have the pad on the economy, but it's not something that you can't come back from. So going in this next round, I want to see some contacting up here on the attack from KU. We'll see. And look, that's contact right there. Little fade dog. And just like that, I'm gone. I'm out of there. Got a lot pushing this mid. He only knows there's one, but sees a lot more. Illogical also here, spamming through the smoke, getting one. Here getting another, and that is one for Goggles. With that chamber gun, one last bullet on it. War getting another on a Lemur. That's the equalizer to bring us to a 3v3. I like that. But Plant isn't down quite yet. We just picked up an Outlaw for funsies. That's a quick rotate coming in. Bullseye definitely can hear that. And Lemur says, Warrior him in the chat. And I agree. I agree. That is the guy. Clutch Master. And they're all going to go into Bullseye's crosshair. Not going to get one, but significant amount of damage there. Goggles here with a big gun. Big sniper, if you will. They're going to... Oh! Gets one worth another slouch with the judge, though. And Goggles with one last bullet. Gonna have to pull out the classic instead. I'm so scared, guys. TP gonna come out. I'm lagging, guys. That scared me. Oh, they just missed each other! The timing! Oh! But the bomb is gonna go off, and that's gonna be another round for KU. Woo! My heart, you guys. Wow. I mean, that was baffling. The timing of the smoke interplay, beautiful, beautiful. My favorite thing with Valorant is the smokes and like playing in and out of the smokes for fighting. But some people forget that a smoke is not a wall. We saw, I believe it was Crispy get spammed out through the smoke. which kind of sucks. We're going to see a nice buy for KU. We've got a lot of guns in our hands and not a lot for MSU there. So, we have the advantage this round. Just don't want to get picked out early and give them any guns, because if they pick it up, suddenly they're in back in business. That's a big high-low situation war. Gonna cover MacRora in a sticky situation, though. Oh, Lemur going down to MacRora. Oh, and there's another Kiri. Hello, with a deagle. Gonna get a nice kill. I can't even hit on that. That's just gross. Flank coming down. A 3v2 post-play situation. This would be a tough nut to crack for MSU. I think that we can do it. But Kiri with that deagle was kind of nice. Shots are going to hit. Goggle's going to get one on the slouch, though. And that is another attack round to KU, bringing us 5 to 10. And hey, we got 5 rounds. We can get 5 more. Guys, you're going to have to shoot me if I say that again. Okay, but I want to believe in my team. And we have a nice pad to put under our tushes here economically. Got a nice bit of money in our pockets here. We got a lot of agency to do what we want. We could lose a round and still be okay, but I don't want to. I would never say it's okay to lose a round. And we got this early information. A lot of value that Fade is getting once more. Splash is coming out. Aaron getting one onto Goggles. Trades aren't going to happen. Bullseye getting 2. Okay. A flurry of kills early in the round. Not even on the site yet. 2v3 situation. The rotates are going to come in. And I guess we're going to commit to the site. I don't know if I love that, because they definitely know we're there, and we're not even on site. We haven't even gotten plant down. So let's see what we do here. And, I mean, MSU's being patient. Plant isn't down. They don't have to do anything. Hello, Kiri. Kiri's going to win the gunfight, and Bullseye tries to get the trade, but it's just not quite enough. And that is an 11th round to MSU. I have to say, that was definitely a hard fight in that main area, and I would have preferred if we sped up, but, you know, it was smarter to hang back. Let's say, for example, the rotations did come in earlier. Then us running on the site after getting those picks, after that main fight, we would have just been gunned down as we're running on the site. So they tried to play slower, but unfortunately, MSU wasn't overzealous when it was playing slow as well. We're going to be playing this mid fight once more. We found success before. Maybe we can find success again. I'd like to see us touch the B site. That Flash going to come out decayed, but let's see. No picks quite yet. A lot of delay from Kiri here. That's exactly the value you want to see from a Viper playing kind of a sentinel role. Oh, right into Haven. Bullseye kind of low, but wins that gunfight and war. Gonna fall to Illogical Shorty. And wow, Slouch getting 2 before getting played up by MacRora. And you heard that rope, and that's one more for Kiri. It's a 1v3 situation for Goggles to clean up the mess. And they have... Okay, and they see us. Yep, that's you. And a hinder to secure that pick. Logical. Getting that last kill. I have to say, for a team like MSU, it could be so easy for them to start ego playing, to start running around the map willy-nilly as they'd like, and just have fun with it, maybe try and get knife kills, play a little bit more egotistical. But even then, you know, Illogical threw out that hinder there before swinging, and I have to admire it. You know, an egotistical player would have just swung that, because you know where they are, you win that fight. But nonetheless, MSU is still playing by the book, and I can't hate on that. Waylay ult gonna come out, Lemur getting a pick on the Bullseye, and that hinder just doing so much work. They're pulling back as much as they can, and wow, that spray. Heron's gonna get 1, Lemur's gonna get another. Heron with 3, and it's a flawless round to finish out the second and last map of the series, MSU versus KU. I have to say, Spartans are looking good going into this semester. In April, we'll be going to Las Vegas, HyperX Arena, and we'll play them again, maybe, depending on how the cookie crumbles, one would say. But I have to say, there were some good things from KU. I'm not upset whatsoever. But Michigan State looking solid. You can't hate them. They weren't playing dirty. They weren't playing egotistical. They're playing by the book. They're playing textbook Valorant, and they didn't get too cocky. And so that is exactly what you want to see from a team that is the defending champions. And yeah, I can't hate on that. KU still has growing pains. We have a newer roster this semester. So we're still, we're gonna be scrimming. We're gonna get our coaching, and by Vegas, maybe we'll have some things cleaned up. So this isn't our final form whatsoever. We're still learning and growing as a team, learning how to play together. So this isn't a testament to how we will play going into the tournament land in Vegas. But I guess it's a little sneak peek preview. So don't feel bad, guys. It's okay. Tomorrow we'll be having League of Legends JV streamed because the varsity match got rescheduled. So yeah, we'll see the JV team League of Legends playing tomorrow. So more Rock Chalk KU gameplay to be seen. But until then, guys, have a good night.